Hello there, fellow YouTubers and everyone watching my channel. This is Comet Urban again, and I want to say thank you to the new subscribers. If you subscribe to my channel, thank you very much. It's because of you guys, the reason why I keep on creating content and all that whatnot. So we're close to 400 subscribers. That's awesome. So probably wondering what we're going to talk about today. Well, I want to talk about one of my fondest childhood memories. One of the quintessential things from my childhood that made it truly special. And that would be this guy, Thomas the Tank Engine. Now, there's a lot of us that grew up from the 1980s to about maybe the late 90s, early 2000s that remember the original Thomas the Tank Engine. Not the bullshit CGI shit that they make now, which some of it's okay, but I'm talking about the original Thomas the Tank Engine. Like from long ago when it was Shining Time Station and you had packaging and stuff that looked like this. See? Stuff like that. And when you had these old solid toys, like I have a Percy and I have a Thomas. The things I can remember really well from my childhood was sitting down in front of the TV and watching, Shining Time Station, which was a spin-off series made by Britt Allcroft that had a group of kids that were at a train station with adult characters and stuff. Of course, you had Billy Two Feathers, and you had he was the engineer. And you had Station Master Stacy Jones, when she was like the great granddaughter of Casey Jones or something like that. And then you had the scheming, the money hungry, always coming up with an idea to make money, schemer. And then you had Mr. Conductor, which in the first season, it was the Ringo Starr, which coincided with him doing like the first 2 seasons of Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends. And then later on, George Carlin picked up the torch from Ringo Starr, and then for both the TV series, the Shining Time Station and Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends. And George Carlin narrated most of the original seasons until season 5, season 6, and then because of Thomas and the Magic Railroad, which was the movie that put Britt Allcroft and her company down the shitter. Alec Baldwin did the narration for Thomas for that season, and I think it was either season 5 or season 6, I can't remember, but after a certain point, during like the late 90s, early 2000s, they went from the old logo, which was Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, and I went to the much more simplified Thomas and Friends, even though, yes, this is an old DVD. This is actually one of my little brother's DVDs. I kept it because, this is Thomas and the Special Letter, which originally wasn't old. Originally it was from 1995, and it was part of the original Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends series. That was, the storyteller was George Carlin. This is pretty good stuff right here. The original model series is what I can remember fondly being sitting in front of the TV watching Shining Time Station or whatever on TV, and then watching my VHS tapes. Some of you might be young or whatever, don't know what the hell a VHS tape is. Well, it's a big, bulky, black thing, and it has film inside of it. You stick into a thing called a VCR, which is the thing that played them, and you watched it. And unlike a DVD, which you don't have to rewind DVDs, a VHS, you have to rewind it to watch it again. And that was a very, very annoying, very fucking annoying thing to do. But to show you guys what a VHS tape looks like, here's a VHS copy of Titanic. Another great movie you guys should watch. And I actually done a review about this movie. This is what a VHS tape looks like. Black, bulky thing. And see, the film's on this side. When you watched it, you went on this side, and you rewinded it up, and you watched it again. Oh, look at that. Thing for Sprint. That just proves this thing is basically like brand new. This is like brand new. And I got this as a gift. Somebody gave that to me. But anyway, I had a whole massive stack of Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends VHS tapes. And you know, when I was younger, I didn't know what the hell the Railway series books even were until I got a little bit older. I was still, collect, and then my mom started finding the old books. She's like, oh, look at these books. These are the original books. And I really, really loved the books. And I had about all of them. And what I love more than the books and the tapes and stuff, I love the toys. I love having these little, characters playing with them and, reenacting the different, stories and stuff. And I had multiple ones. I had, of course, I had Ertles. I had some of the Gold Rail stuff. I had the normal Ertles, which were just the little plastic hook coupler shit. I had little wind-ups, and little wind-up things on the sides, and they'd go. And I had the big pullbacks, the big die-cast pullbacks. You pull them back, and they'd go. And then Ertl made smaller ones. They were pullbacks, and I had those. I had all kinds of shit. I had blankets, I had pillows, at one time my bedroom when I was about 6 or 7 was done up in Thomas the Tank Engine. The bedding, the sheets, I had a lamp. I mean everything. I mean it was absolutely crazy how much Thomas stuff I had. I had a Hornby Thomas the Tank Engine set. I had extra cars. I had Percy, and it just went on and on from there. And I had wood too. I had the original Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends wooden railway system. Not the Thomas and Friends shit. Not that bullshit wood crap they got now where it looks like fucking garbage. But it was the original legitimate wood system. And hang on a moment, guys. Okay, we still have some time. But it's just, those are my fondest memories. And what really made those memories of Thomas special for me was the fact, my mother, which she's sadly gone. What really made those memories special for me was that it was my mother that introduced me to Thomas. She found it on TV, and I remember that she turned it on when I was at a young age and stuff. See, there she is right there holding me. I had to have been no more than maybe 5, 6 months of that picture. And there she is right there. There she is right there with me. I was a fat little fucker, wasn't I? I was a fat fucker. probably one of the best pictures that I have that I absolutely just love is this one here. You can tell this is an old picture just by the thing in the corner. It's like this. I actually remembered that thing. It was like this skateboard like thing. I sat my ass on and I rolled around on it and stuff. I'm sorry, guys. It's just, you know, I relate, Thomas here with my childhood, and the reason why is because, my mother, she really was just, I was the only child, so, I mean, my mother just got a lot of this stuff for me, and she entertained me with Thomas. And, for most, I didn't have a lot of friends either, because a lot of kids thought I was weird or strange or whatever, and I don't know, it's just, we've got a few minutes left, I need to wrap this up, but yeah, I mean, thing is now, looking back at it, I just, if it wasn't for, having Thomas or whatever, I wouldn't hardly had anything in my life. And I really thank my mom for introducing me to something. Even now today, I'm still obsessed with this little blue tank engine as much as I was when I was 3-4 years old. I know it's crazy, 27-year-old being obsessed with a talking train, but hey, we all have our lives. And there's a big, massive community for Thomas too, and most of the people that are in that community are older guys like me, so yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that little sentimental part of my childhood and whatever. And if you guys have any fond memories of anything from your childhood you'd like to share, tell me in the comment section below, and I'd love to hear from you about it. And if you like the video, hit a big like button for me, please. And if you're new to my channel, you like what I do, please subscribe. That would be really appreciate that. And as always, just this is Comet Urban saying, let the track be clear ahead for you, and you full steam ahead. And God bless you.